All right. We're live on Hangouts anyway, just waiting for YouTube. Let's see if I zeroed it out. Come on, YouTube. Why isn't it started? YouTube is slow today. All right. Welcome. Live from the Crossroads of America. A talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses our mind. If you got any questions, just put them in the chat boxes or email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. We are broadcasting on gun channels and YouTube. And I have a Patriot account. If anybody's interested, support me. And what else I have? Oh, I have a spreadshirt.com account. Just type in Rick's Life and my stuff should come up. Anyway, let me get rid of my big cat. I don't know if people got their things on. You see one of my big cats here. He's been sitting in my lap for the last 15 minutes. So I'll see if he moves. But he looks like he don't want to move right now. He's comfortable. So this is the small one, guys. I got one that's bigger than this. So anyway, I want to say Rich is in the chat. Black Cat Outdoors, Ozzy Osborne, is Jason Stewart, John Brown Productions on YouTube. We got David Bolin, Rich White, and Sean Connery on gun channels. And if anybody wants to join the chat, well, damn it. That's right. I'm not with it right today for some reason. I'm all over the place. Let me get myself organized here. All right, I'm putting the link for the chat over on gun channels. Oh hell! Oh, that also has half the. It has the list of the. That's all right. I just pasted the list of participants for the for your thing.
Good. You can shame all those guys that didn't do it.
Yeah. But let me redo this. See if I can get it right this time. Copy. Paste. Let's see if it comes out right this time. Yeah, there we go. That's better. All right. So, Patrick has joined us. Good to see you. Okay, on my panel. Let's go down my panel here for right now. Now, I have, I said I got the thing there and I got invites out. I got more invites out than we have spaces because Hangouts only allows 10 people. But we'll see who shows up. I don't think I've ever had a full house, so there we go. Yeah, you can see his pussy's in the way. Yeah, I'm going to have to... It's throwing me off. I'm going to have to let him go. Come on.
I don't want a cat that big because he doesn't want to move. He doesn't move.
There we go. All right, let's get back into it now. Yeah, he's been sitting there for about 15, 20 minutes. So, okay. Let's start. We'll start from... how I got on here. Tony, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Thanks for the invite. I'll tell everybody's having a great weekend.
Okay. And Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Then we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Patriot in the Dark.
I guess you're talking to me. Hey. How's it going, Rick? Been looking forward to this for like all week almost.
Yes, I know.
Almost since last weekend. I've been looking forward to getting on this show, so I do appreciate it.
That's okay. Then we got the one and only Dave Kingpin Bolin. How you doing?
Hey, good. How you doing today? Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
No problem. Well, today we got, besides my normal weekly quiz I do, we also, Patriot is having his drawing. Is that the correct word for it? For his EDC challenge.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So So we'll be doing that later on in the show whenever Patriot's ready. So just yell out when you're ready to do that, and we'll do it.
Sounds good.
All right. So my topics for today was, do we talk politics? You know, I don't. There's so much going on, you can't help but talk politics. But normally when you say "but," everything after that is bullshit. But what I was going to say is, it gets depressing when you start talking politics, and I'm trying to keep upbeat. You know, so I don't know, but what can we do? I mean, we're going to have to talk politics. I mean, we're going to have to talk. I mean, are we going to touch on the subject of this New Zealand thing?
Speaking of that, have you seen the news that came out today about the New Zealand thing? It's more based in what's going on in this country about it, but I posted something out there in the YouTube chat about it.
Yeah, I read that.
Yesterday and Thursday night, they couldn't blame Trump enough. Now you got left-wing mobs attacking Chelsea Clinton, blaming her and her mother for what happened in New Zealand. These people can't make up their minds.
I know. Why are they blaming them now?
I didn't read the whole story. I just saw the headline about it. It was like, because it's right. I saw the headline right before you went on the air.
It's because Clinton is too far right.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, they're doing exactly what the nut job wanted. He wanted to cause division and cause fighting.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, he said that right in his manifesto. That's why he did it, to cause problems in the United States. He attacked New Zealand specifically to attack us.
Yes, and it's going to work too. I can see the politicians bringing it up on gun control. They're going to say, "Look," but then again, how are they going to? I hope. No, I don't. I'm trying to say this without sounding cold and callous. I'm hoping some Republican will stand up in the Senate or the House going, "You say this is only an American problem. It happens elsewhere in the world." You know what I'm saying?
Well, we've got numbers that show it's a worldwide problem all over the place, but they don't care. Crazy is not limited to the United States, folks. I mean, it's to it. Crazy is a worldwide problem.
Yeah, I was reading an article though. The Prime Minister of New Zealand said they're going to have stricter gun laws. They're going to ban all semi-automatics now.
Yeah, I would kind of leer away from saying that, it happens all over the place, that kind of thing, just because, it's the frequency here isn't as close to a lot of different places. I mean, there's a lot of places, I wouldn't walk in a armored vehicle, let alone, I don't know. That's just me, though.
There's a shitload more people here, too.
Yeah, and there's a lot more firearms, and it doesn't happen.
Sorry, Patriot, go ahead, brother.
No, I don't mind me. I'll ramble on.
Well, no, that also leans toward the popular sentiment is that America's the problem for everything. Everywhere in the world, if there's a problem, it's America's fault. That's a popular thing, especially with Americans. Is if it's snowing in the South Pole, well, that's America's fault. If it's hot in the desert, oh, well, America did that.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, David, look, what did Obama do? The first thing he did when he got in office, he went on a tour apologizing to other countries for this country.
Yes. And there was no need for that. We don't need to apologize to anybody. Okay.
I'm quick to jump on that anyways. I mean, how many times have people blown up things? It's ridiculous to equate anything outside our borders with us as far as like a frequency or, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, I've been off for a week. I've been.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so much equating to us as it is grabbing that as something to use.
Yeah.
Just opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, also, I mean, totally different subject on the New Zealand thing. I mean, I don't want to. I said talking about it is giving him what he wants, you know. So I don't. But talking about gun-related news, what about that Connecticut and allowing the court case against Remington to sue him in court?
Yeah, in violation of federal law.
Well-
Last I checked, when I was in school taking law classes where we covered civil suits, to challenge a federal law, you don't even go to your state courts. You have to go to the federal courts to challenge a federal law.
And
It is a federal law that prevented them from suing Remington, not a state law.
well, the thing I caught on that was that they were pushing that it was the advertising.
Yeah.
Saying, but they equated, it with assault rifle, and nobody actually uses that in advertising. That's just kind of obviously the words other people use it. But they were saying that they don't advertise it as for recreation or hunting or this. They say it's to defend against somebody that's trying to hurt you, which is kind of
That I don't see how that's going to fly either because he didn't buy the gun.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he stole it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so
But that doesn't matter because if you were an adult and you bought Camel cigarettes, it was the Camel was talking to your kids. So
that's
if they stole it from
Yeah.
you, it was still Camel's fault because they enticed a kid to smoke because there was a little cute camel, which I never thought it was cute, but whatever.
Yeah, they tried if you remember a couple years ago, they tried taking the cartoon characters off of boxes of sugared cereals because those were going to corrupt kids and make them all fat.
Yeah. But even today, I mean, you don't see him running reruns of Tom and Jerry on mainstream TV anymore, do you? You can find them on cable channels, but you can't find it on mainstream TV anymore.
Well, if you're talking about
Because they're too.
The only cartoon you'll find on the networks anymore is The Simpsons, maybe Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Or Eco Warriors.
Yeah. I mean, I used to like watching, the Roadrunner, Tom and Jerry. I used to love watching all those. So, but I guess the youngsters don't even know what they are today, unless they go.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah, they search them up because
Yeah.
I don't hardly know any kids that actually watch TV, let alone watch cartoons on TV. They're either streaming something or they're looking at their phone or tablets, and it's not like even 10, 15 years ago when you had kids just sitting in front of the Cartoon Network or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I don't have young kids around anymore, but I mean, even the young kids, you're flinging up, Baby Shark and all this other nonsense, YouTube stuff because it for babysitters, and that's a whole nother story. But I don't see them just turning on a station and sitting there and watching something, congruent, or consecutively.
Yeah, I mean, you walk into somebody's house on TV. You might think the kids are sitting and watching TV, but now you can watch YouTube and Netflix and all that right on your TV because the apps come built into TVs now.
Oh, yeah, I watch. I mean, like last night, I watched some YouTube on my TV.
You want to point to what's making the American kids fat, point to the electronic nanny shit.
Yeah, I still point to the parents because it's their lazy ass that's letting their kids sit and
Yeah.
See, I get to do that as a grandparent because that's my obligation is to make them as bratty as possible.
And I agree.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it was before I don't know. I never paid too much attention years ago, but what kind of advertisement did Remington do for this Bushmaster? Did they own it back then? Somebody in the chat is saying that the Bushmaster was made before Remington even owned him.
Never in my life have I seen a firearms commercial on television. Not even remotely
we get
close.
them. We get them here.
Yeah, not me.
If it depends on what you're watching.
Yeah,
Well,
if you're on like the Outdoor Network or one of those channels, you'll see gun ads all over the place.
Yeah, I've watched the Outdoor Channel, and not once in my life have I ever seen a commercial for a gun on television.
I don't
Not
have
saying that it
cable.
doesn't happen. I just personally haven't experienced it.
I don't know
I
what
don't
you're
have
watching on the
cable.
Outdoor Channel. You must not be watching the right shows. I mean, anytime I put on like Wednesday night when they would have their gun show lineups, you'd see Glock commercials, Remington commercials. I mean, all the gun Smith and Wesson. I mean, they all had commercials on when I would watch.
You know, I've watched the hunting shows, I've watched the fishing shows, and all you see is commercials for Cabela's to go buy fishing equipment.
I don't have cable TV here, and I still see the occasional gun ad on these digital offshoot channels. Like your main station will have 2 extras for something else. Yeah, I was shocked first time I seen that.
I'm wondering, maybe David, maybe your case, you're being in Maryland, but maybe that's why you don't see the gun commercials, because they can cater commercials to a specific market.
And to be fair, I don't watch the Outdoor Channel, but maybe once in a blue moon, like if I'm flipping through and something interesting's on. But
Yeah.
even before that, 30 years ago when I was watching one of the 3 channels that we had, there was no gun commercials on.
Yeah, I don't think like a normal TV, I remember much of them. Then again, it might have been on there, but it wasn't anything that was flashy. I mean, even some of the commercials nowadays, they'll talk about, a Glock, but it's, some spokesman talking about training or something, or, using a thing. Because a lot of their commercials are in some of the shows now, I think, is, where they're putting their money, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that show Ardley Army had on TV was on Outdoor Channel. I forget what the name of the show was, but it essentially was one big commercial for Glock. Because every other segment he was doing, they would have inserted.
Here, the commercial that I saw, and I've seen the commercial 2 or 3 times now, is Ruger rifle, and not an AR style. It's a hunting rifle or hunting shotgun. Hell, I can't remember now.
Yeah.
I've seen Henry Rifle a couple of times. I can't remember what station.
That too, yes.
Yeah.
The Blaze TV. Yeah, that's another one. If you ever watch Blaze TV, I don't know if any of you have the Blaze on your cable or satellite network. I don't have it now because Comcast won't carry it. But when we had Dish Network, we had it, and I would watch like Pat and Stu and stuff like that on there. Even after I stopped watching Glenn Beck, I was still watching the Pat and Stu show, and they had Henry commercials on all the time.
Yeah. But I want to go back to our Remington thing here. Ozzy out there in the chat is going, just because they can sue doesn't mean they're going to win. Correct. But the only problem is it sets a precedent. Is that the correct word?
Yeah. Precedent, yes. Because now anybody can do it. And anytime you sue somebody, that costs money. And that was the whole reason they put that law up, was to block people from doing that, to bogging them down in litigation or whatever, where, 15 different groups.
The people hunting for settlements is the thing that's going to, like Patriots bringing out. Right now, you could sue Remington all you want, and whether you win or not, but what's going to happen is when 50 people sue Company X, instead of going through a bunch of legal stuff, they're just going to start settling. And then as soon as one person gets a check, everybody's going to sue Zenith for going blind. Everybody's going to sue the concrete company for a crack that they tripped in. Everybody's going to sue the coffee company for making them jittery in the morning. And settlements will get paid.
That's the whole point of these lawsuits. I mean, most of your lawsuits, when you're going against a corporation, don't even make it into a courtroom, because they're usually settled because the company just wants to make it go away.
See, I don't think it's even about settling. Most of these people that are going to push these lawsuits, that agenda is to close that place down. If you get too many people suing one small company, they won't be able to survive. Just even if they don't have to settle, just the court costs is going to, drain them, and it's going to put all their focus on that one thing that they're doing. So I think, a lot of these groups, the moms and the whatever groups that are, throwing up these lawsuits. I mean, I'm sure that, people are looking for money anyway, but I think a big portion of that, the big backing, when you get like Sorrells and all those others throwing money behind these lawsuits, it's just to drag them down, because that constant pull on them, I think, is going to wear them down. And
yeah, I totally agree with that as well. Plus, just because I offer Patriot a settlement doesn't mean his lawyer is going to take it. His lawyer might say, "No, we're taking this to court."
Yeah. And I think that's why they pushed that law, was to stop that, because that's ridiculous. You don't sue a car company for an accident unless their steering wheel fell off or your tires went the other way when you were supposed to go left and they went right. So, unless there's an actual defect or something, it's obviously supposed to, protect, because, well.
This case isn't even going to be settled yet, because they're still, if Remington doesn't appeal this to the U.S. Supreme Court, there's something wrong. Because now it goes to the Supreme Court. Once cases go through the state system, they go to the state Supreme Court, and then they go straight to the Supreme Court. They don't even go through the standard federal appellates. When something goes through a state Supreme Court, the next step is the U.S. Supreme Court, and damn well Remington's taking it there.
Oh yeah. They've got to, really. Otherwise, you said everybody doing it every time.
But see, that's the thing, though. Since that one court said one thing, is that going to push up, 30 other people, doing other frivolous ones? I mean,
well, if it gets to the Supreme Court, hopefully the Supreme Court say, no, you cannot sue them for that.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but you know how that takes forever to get there.
Yeah, that's right.
So in the meantime, they could lock up, a bunch of places, and.
Well, no, they can't. If it's being appealed, they cannot act on that decision until it makes it through the next court, either whether the Supreme Court takes
Exactly, but that also allows, this group over here to say, hey, well, that's already passed in that court. Let's throw this one up. And it doesn't mean that another court would do, side the same way, but I don't know. It just kind of opens up a mess.
It does. I just want to butt in here. Midnight Range has joined the chat. And, of course, it's turned into a food chat over there, by the way. And I'm staying away, as I just told him in chat. I'm staying away from it as long as I can. So. Yeah,
tell him to start stewing over the best corned beef. How to.
Did you hear that, Midnight?
Because I'm cooking.
I'm not talking food. Not yet. You haven't been on the air for 23 minutes yet. So let's at least see if we can make it to 30 minutes without talking about food. So,
speaking of that, you have a trivia thing?
I have a what?
Your trivia from last week?
Oh, yes. Mine. Yes. My trivia for last week. Well, and in the, hang on, here it is. The prize. I'm hoping, I've had email from a few people that they've received their stuff. I sent out a couple of more the other day because I had money in my pocket at the time. Don't expect that all the time. Normally it's just once a month. But this was, my stickers and stuff, and a military arms channel patch, Cargill or what he was, patch, some stickers, a writing pad. That was the prize for this week. And hang on, what was the question? Let me pull up my thing here with it on. The question was in the TV show Dragnet, in the opening credits, what was Joe Friday's badge number? Oh, I know what I want to open up. So everybody knows the answer was. Hang on, let me find the one I'm looking for.
I know it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's what in the hell did I do with it? Oh, come on.
I'll give you a hint, Rick. It was Babe Ruth's home run total.
That's it. I was looking for your email. I was looking for your email to bring that up. Yes, it was. The number was 714. and that was the same number of home runs that Babe Ruth had. Also, the technical advisor was actually a cop, wasn't he?
Yes, he was sergeant in the LAPD at the time.
Yeah, when he got promoted.
When he got promoted to lieutenant, he requested that as his badge number. It's the only time that a fictional badge number ever became a real badge number.
Yeah, so 714. And let me hit my super duper result thing here with everybody's name in it. Make sure I get the right one and not the other one. Here we go. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 7 people enter. So it's getting better. It's getting better every week now. At least we're getting more people to enter. All right. Draw now. Jason Stewart is the winner.
Congratulations.
Yes. Yes. That's the second time he's won, I think. So does he have to go on? See, I can't keep banning everybody or nobody will enter. I mean, hey, you got to enter, guys. Look, there's 7 people in it. Damn good chance of winning. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, there we go. I got a doozy for this week.
Speaking of Jason Stewart, real quick, I want to show off something that he sent me a little ways back. If I can find my camera. I can't find my camera. I don't know what's going on. My camera's not working. But anyway, he's got this, smooth rock that you would see painted and put in somebody's like garden or whatever. And it's painted all black with "Every Second Matters" written in white. And my camera's not coming on. Hold up. There we go. That's why I got the cover covered up. Here it is. Check that out. It's probably upside down and backwards on the camera, but
no, you got it right.
You got it right.
Yeah, I think it's either his mom or his wife or somebody made it. But anyway, Jason sent me that, and I think that's pretty cool, man. It sits right next to my gun stuff at all times. So thanks, Jason.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, and if anybody ever wants to see the badge from the guy who had his badge made into that number, they have it on display at the LAPD's Academy Museum. So if you're ever in Los Angeles, you can actually go and see the actual badge they have the badge from the show, and then they have that lieutenant's badge as well.
There you go. There you go. I think I don't know if I will ever go to California.
I ain't aiming at 2.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I just thought I'd throw that there in case anybody, somebody might live out there or something.
Yeah. Where I would like to go.
Mobile tour someday.
I've been to California a bunch of times. Save your money, go somewhere else. California's lame.
Yeah.
No, I liked it. Of course, that was a different situation, Pendleton and all, but
well,
different time.
This morning.
Yeah, here's another interesting Dragnet fact for you. All the badges and IDs that were used on that show and Adam 12, which in a way was kind of a spinoff of Dragnet. That was another one of the Jack Webb produced shows and used the same cast, not the same cast, but the same crew working on both shows. All the badges and police IDs that you saw in those shows were actual LAPD issue.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I say
Jack Webb had connections in the LAPD, so when they started doing the show, both the 1950s version and 1960s version and later Adam 12, they were able to get actual badges and IDs.
That's pretty interesting. Where I want to go is what they were talking about this morning, Tony. That gun museum up in Wyoming.
Cody's?
Yeah. That looks like they got some pretty cool guns in there.
Yeah. If you haven't been, I would hit Wanamaker too. Not Wanamaker, J.M. Davis. It's in Claremore, Oklahoma, which is basically just east of Tulsa by about 50 feet. They have a lot of guns in there. I don't know how many, but there's a bunch. And they have an actual, real, complete, whole, I want to steal it and take it home, Gatling gun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that what the hell's the name of that? I know what you're on about because
J.M. Davis.
Yes, because a couple of years ago, Clover Tech made a bunch of YouTube videos on stuff in there. It looked pretty cool. So, all right.
It's a day spent looking through it easily.
Yeah. Plus, he's got, from what I understand, he's even got some guns in the back that he doesn't even have room to put them out. You know?
Yeah, it's a collection. I mean, it's still growing because people, send stuff there. So it's still growing, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
And a while back, they just didn't they do an auction of some of the stuff that was in the back or whatever.
They
didn't
did
you
that
win,
live.
Tony, on one of those at that auction? Or
They just I know that G streamed it live or whatever.
yeah.
So it was kind of
that shit was all way beyond my price range.
I thought you said you had won something.
no. I think that was
Or did
Cycle
you just
Camp.
bid on something?
Cycle Camp did, I think.
Is it Cycle?
Yeah.
I know somebody said they won something. I thought it was Tony. I know Tony said he bid on something. I don't know if it was J.M. Davis, but you bid on a series of revolvers or something, didn't you?
No, I didn't bid on anything.
Yeah.
That was
Cycle.
all out of my
I know Cycle did.
I thought for some reason I'm thinking it was Tony. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'm as mixed up as Rick right now. You're mixed up, rubbing off on me, Rick. It's all your fault.
Tony was on the chat with G.
Yeah, I know. I was
on
there too.
He was bidding on stuff, but he was bidding on that revolver pack, but I'm not too sure if he won or not.
Yeah. I thought he bid on something. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Anybody else got any topics I want to talk about? I was reading. Was I reading it or did I watch on YouTube? Where I'm trying to think where it is. Oh, in Florida. In the Florida State House, a bill was being put in to ban kids from putting Smurf gun photos on YouTube. It will be a crime now for a child to put a photo like of them standing there with a Smurf gun.
Nerf.
Smurf.
Smurf is a little blue creature.
Hey, those Smurfs got to find a way to keep Gargamel at bay.
Hey, if you guys remember from the 80s, they had those little rubber Smurfs. My brother had one that was a cowboy that actually had a revolver in his hand. So, I mean, the Smurfs had guns.
So there you go. See? There was something about there.
Yeah. Nerf for the...
Smurf, Nerf, whatever. Anyway, Florida has got a bill in their state house now to make it illegal for kids to post pictures of themselves with these type of guns on social media. Up to 1 year in jail.
Fuck is the matter with people?
How are they going to put them in jail? Underage kids.
I don't know.
Juvie?
Yeah.
What you in for? Oh, I had this Smurf gun. And
But I just thought it was goddamn. I said, I mean, what's it coming to? It's becoming it's getting out of control. It really is. I mean, but then again, there you go. I mean, they on federal level, they won the House back, and they are throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. And unfortunately, a lot of it's sticking in the House. But I'm scared about the Senate. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm going on a little rant here. I would say at least 2 months back, at least 2 to 3 months back, actually even before, when the midterms were and we lost the House, I happened to say a lot of times I don't know if I said it in this chat, but I would say it in the daytime chat, is what I was worried about was if the Democrats gave something that Trump wanted, right, and they tacked it onto a gun bill, the Senate would pass it, and he would sign it because it gets him what he wants. And everybody here said, that's conspiracy. That will never happen and everything else. But I just want to, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just the other night, I heard both Never Enough Ammo, I'm naming names, Yankee Marshall, both said the same thing roughly, as I said, and they're calling them heroes.
So now you're a liberal motherfucker.
You all shot me down for saying it, and I was the first one to say it.
So
but
you were the first liberal.
It's it's gospel now. You know what I'm saying? It just pisses me off.
You were the first liberal, you bastard.
I'll be the first one to go out and say it. I like Matt. I appreciate him. I respect him. But he has got a terrible case of Trump derangement syndrome. And some of the times when he opens his mouth about Trump, he should just keep it quiet.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the guy, too. He's got a great show. I like listening to him sometimes. But, yeah, you're right. But, there's people mostly saying the same thing about me, too. So, but that's my little rant. So.
But see, since Rick is always first, that's why Travis is moving to Thursdays.
That's right.
He couldn't take the heat of trying to come up with fresh stuff before Rick.
I said, because I listened to him this morning. I listened to him while I'm setting everything up for this show and looking for questions. I said, I got a doozy for you guys today. You guys might get it, but I got a good one for today. I really have. And actually, who keeps sending me mail? I should turn my phone off, really. But
yeah, you should, you liberal bastard.
I'm not a liberal. Sean Connery's a liberal, not me.
If you went down Matt and Yankees' path first, you're the first damn liberal. So there you go.
I'm not a liberal. All right.
Using your logic on you.
Let me shut my phone down for let me silence it. There we go. I silenced it for you, Tony. If I miss an important phone call now.
I don't give a shit.
I know you don't. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Oh, that was my little rant over with. But the quiz for this week, I'm going to do it now.
You want to do mine first?
We can.
That'll get their brains stretched out for your doozy.
Yeah. Well, this was for Patriot in the Dark's EDC challenge.
Now, let me.
You do it.
The prize for the EDC challenge, everybody knows what it is. So I'm not going to go through it again, but is one unopened, all original firearm inventors playing deck, right? So you got one of those coming. You got it would be an owl and anchor keychain, which has little swear words on it, and pro gun and live free or die keychain. I don't know what color it is, but that, and then a bunch of other stickers, cards, and such. So since the cards are thick, I have to put it in a bubbler mailer. You'll probably get some lapel pins. I've got some Winchester shotgun shell lapel pins or hat pins, which are kind of cool, black and red. There's some Glock things. I'll definitely get rid of some of that. I got some bunch of bags, the Glock bags and pens, all sorts of stuff. I just want to clear out some of this little stuff and throw it in here since there was only like 9 people that actually did it. So there you go. Now go ahead.
Hang on. Okay, now I want to put a thing in here. Is he's giving me the names and I put them in my random picker, and my name's in there. So if my name comes up, I'm not cheating. So just want to let you know that there is. Let's have a look. How many? There was 9 people that done an ECD challenge. Shame on you guys. That wasn't that hard to do. All you had to do was turn your phone on and do that. So there we go.
Yeah, I just wanted to get this one over because I started that new thing.
Yes, I know that. You can talk about that in a minute. As soon as I do this.
Yeah.
All right, I'm hitting the draw now button. Travis T is the winner.
Man. All right.
All right.
Well,
Way to go,
congratulations.
All right, all right.
He wins a lot of stuff.
He does, doesn't he?
Good.
Are we gonna have to put him on the blacklist?
No,
You know?
no, he's all right. I just send me your info once again. I probably still have it somewhere in the the dark web, but yeah, just send it to patriotinthedark@gmail.com.
I don't know if he's in the chat or not today.
I think I have his.
But I got his address somewhere. I can send it to you. If you don't get it, just let me know and I'll send it to you.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that is great. I'm glad to get this thing over because these cards and all the swag has been piled up in the corner of my desk. And
Okay. I got a bunch of swag coming from Clovertech. He emailed me the other day and said he's got a whole bunch he's sending me. So I'll have some more prizes for a while. That means I got to come up with more questions. You know?
I'm guessing he sent you stuff he got at SHOT Show.
Yeah, more than likely. That's all right. I don't mind giving it away.
I've got a bunch of stickers coming. First edition Patriot in the Dark stickers. I'll send you some because I don't give them out. So.
Now, the poor conservatives out there saying Travis T, Jason Stewart, and I win everything. No, I don't win everything because there's contests lately that I just haven't been entering so that other people have a chance of winning. See, so I don't win everything. So I just want to throw that out there. I don't want to give people the wrong impression.
All right. Sorry, I was reading an email. So sorry. Okay. You want to talk about your new challenge you got there, Patriot?
Sure. It's more of a project. It's not really going to be a challenge. There will be random giveaways just to spur on the people that need to have other initiative to do things or whatever. But it is the Defend Liberty project. After this show, hopefully on second or 2A University with G-Webs, I hope to talk about it a little bit more. But basically, it's to have you research in your area things that are going on as far as bills, initiatives, local stuff that your city's doing, or your county, state, whatever. Try to get it in your area.
Dear God, how much time are you going to allot to this?
It's an ongoing thing, but research it, get the information, then either make a video or a post. If you do Facebook, whatever it is, get the information out there. Make sure it's got good links to the actual bills. Make sure you actually read the bills. Don't just watch some character talk about it and give their spin to it. Actually do the research, learn the stuff. Then what you do is just post it, share what you did. Use that hashtag, the hashtag Defend Liberty Project, then search out others that are using that, share their information. Once you do that, that's the easy part. The next part is actually print out some of the information, write down the links, whatever, and get away from your computer and your phone and go out to your gun shop, to your diner, wherever you hang out, the truck stop, the bus stop, the corner, whatever you do, and talk to like real live people, because there are other people out there that don't watch this stuff, don't know what's going on. Give them the information and follow up a couple days later to make sure they're actually paying attention to some of the stuff, help them out. There's guys that don't do the internet, so don't give them the links, give them a printout or something, but it's basically to boost awareness. But the whole idea of this is to promote the liberty aspect. Don't stick on firearms. Don't say they're taking my guns, all this kind of nonsense. Look at it as an encroachment, an infringement on your liberties, because everybody likes liberties and freedoms, most people, I should say. But, if the one idea is, the guy that smokes pot or whatever, he doesn't want somebody infringing on his rights to do what he wants. So he might be apt to, pay more attention if you, throw out stuff about, the government taking your liberties and telling you what you can do. So if you focus that way, it's going to, widen the base of people that are actually paying attention to this stuff, and hopefully it can swing them, the right direction. Once you do that, if you just go back to my video, or even if you just use that hashtag, I'll be able to find them all. But if you do stuff like on Facebook, which I don't do much on there, just let me know, so I can enter you in the, bi-weekly or whatever kind of giveaway. I'll give some stickers out or something, just to keep the thing going. But basically I want to do a big playlist of all these videos and, kind of make a database, and that's going to be transferred, hopefully once I talk to G, over to everysecondmatters.com, so that all that information is kind of ongoing and it cycles in there, and then it promotes those backdoor links and all that kind of thing, so that it shows more movement on, the Every Second Matters, that whole system of showing, a one-stop shop kind of thing, where all the information that you find in your local area I don't know about, because I don't care about, Duluth, Minnesota or whatever. I don't go there, so I don't know that stuff. So that, if you put it there, then I can pass it out, and somebody that I talk to might visit there or something. So it's just to get the awareness up, and that's basically what this is more awareness focused on liberty. And now I'm out of breath, so that's about it.
All right.
I'll give a quick shout out to Frank Hellman. He's been sending me all kinds of stuff. He sent me just in the past couple of weeks 3 or 4 different stories about Maryland that I didn't even know about. So kind of like leaning to what Patriot's saying, there's people out there who might know what's going on in your state. Then there's people out there that might not know and might not even know what's going on in their state. Like I said, Frank doesn't live here, but he found this information about Maryland and sent it to me, and it's stuff I didn't know about. So sharing this stuff and talking with like actual people, it makes a big difference, because even though you may think that you're completely up on it, there may be things that you're not aware of. And same vice versa, somebody that say G-Webs, for example, you may think G-Webs knows everything that's going on about firearms. Well, he might not. If you got some interesting information, send it to him.
And the other thing is, those people that you talk to that you think are, pro-gun and they know what's going on, I'd say a good majority of them don't, unless they, hang out talking to the same people like us, and then we would obviously know that if they do. There's a lot of information out there that, people get secondhand, third, fourth, fifth hand, from watching a channel instead of actually going and taking the 20 minutes to read a bill, or, however long it takes you, whatever. But, make sure that you check out the actual information. And obviously if it's local, that's pretty important too, because then you can take that information that you print out, not only hand it to people, but go to your gun shop and say, hey, can I leave this stack of stuff here? It's all local. Our city council is trying to push this through. Did you know that? And you never know. There's a lot of people that go through my gun shop that aren't, conservatives that are pro-gun. You've got a lot of liberal guys that hang out in my town, a lot of union guys that, don't pay attention unless they're told, what to look at. And you throw something up there that says, hey, this is actually happening. Look at Pennsylvania. So it's just basically to get everybody, to turn away from your computers and actually talk to, real people. There are real people out there that don't know what's going on. So that's it.
All right. Actually, and talking about that, 2 things with this. Once you get all your information together, you've done your research and everything, and do what Patriot has mentioned. Also, you can load all that stuff onto everysecondmatters.com. There is a page for every state in the union. Yep. And you just put all that stuff under your state that you're living in. Or if you got stuff from other states, you can put that on in there too, on the appropriate state.
Yeah, and it's free. You can just sign up, with your email, so you can log in. They do that so you don't spam and stuff. But yeah, there's going to be a lot more movement coming in the next week or so over there. I'm going to start focusing on getting some things kind of moving so that, it doesn't get dusty, people use it, but I want to put a lot more focus on it because it is a great resource as far as, if I don't have to search, through 50 different pages about Maryland, if I'm going to visit, David, I can go to Every Second Matters and say, hey, I'm going to go to this date. So I click that and there's a lot of information there. That makes it a lot easier because, we might not like to admit it, but most people are lazy.
That's right.
They don't want to do the work.
I'll be honest with you, I used to do a bunch of stuff over there for Rhode Island, Connecticut and stuff. And since I moved here, I think I've been over there once, So same thing. But anyway, next thing I wanted to say, talking about what you were talking about, this past Thursday, I had to go to the doctor's. I went, and on the way back, I had to go past one of my cousin's house. And he happened to be standing out in the yard, and he waved at me, so I pulled in. And we're talking, and I was telling him that I just dropped off my application to the doctor for him to fill out to get my disabled hunter's permit here for Indiana. That allows me to shoot from my truck or drive on federal or state government-owned land. So anyway, as I was talking to him, he goes, I said, yeah. And I was laughing to him. I said, yeah, but I said, now my next thing is I got to go buy a rifle because I don't even own one for hunting, And he goes, no problem. He says, I got tons of them. You can borrow one of mine. And I happened to say, well, what happens if universal backgrounds get passed? And he goes, what's that? He didn't even know. That's what Patriot saying. There's people that don't even know what's going on, And so I was explaining it to him. He goes, that ain't right. I said, call your senator. Email him. Do something. Let him know that you're not happy with it,
Well, that's the point of politics and blowing the government up really big is they want it to be so overwhelming that you can't keep up and that you don't know, or you do like a whole bunch of other people do and you don't turn it on because you don't feel like hearing a bunch of bad news all day. And that's part of the idea is if you got 10 people to look after, you can do that. If you've got 10,000 people to look after, you can't keep track of them all. And if you make the news so terrible to watch and so terrible to listen to, people just won't tune it on because they don't feel like dealing with that. And that's a very successful tool that politicians use is people just are sick of hearing it, so they don't listen.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, I was about 15 minutes ago, I was doing my prize for my quiz for this week, my doozy. All right. Let me open my envelope here and tip it all out here on top of my thing here. I got some good prizes for this week.
42.
I've got Canik, Canik, American flag patch. I've got some, where is it at? Come here. I got some stickers here. I got some stickers here, and I got a Clover Tech sticker in this as well. There was another one too. What was it? Oh yeah, mine. I got that one there, and my little trading card. But the main prize of this thing is, besides that patch, this is what makes this a good prize, is the Cherries Against the Wall patch. And not only that, it comes with a sticker as well. So that's a good one. You go over to gun websites, you can buy that one. I'm just saying it ain't cheap. So I'm not saying it was given to me. I didn't pay. It was given to me by G-Webs to give out as a prize. So, all right, the question. You ready for this now? And the reason I came up with this because I happened to watch it last night. I recorded it from the other day. In John Wick 2, the Bowery, is that how you pronounce it? The Bowery King, Bowery, presented John Wick with a weapon. It was a pistol. Firearm, I should say. I want to know what make, what model, what caliber? The Bowery King, Bowery King, presented John Wick with a firearm.
True. I win.
Right? I want to know make, model, caliber.
You notice that
It's a very significant part in that part of the film. You know?
anybody else notice that when Rick said John Wick 2 and he held up one finger?
Well, I was making a point. I wasn't saying 2 as in 2. I was making a point. You know, as the film. John Wick 2. You know?
I just want to make sure everybody knows what's on.
Okay, John Wick 2.
There you go.
Or as they do in England, they do this, which means fuck you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Rick. You just showed him the wrong finger.
You know? So, all right, so that's the question. Email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com by next Saturday, lunchtime, with the answer. And
it may or may not be a high point.
It may or may not be. You know? That's what I'm going to say is, I mean, if you guys don't know, you have to look it up, search it on the, either watch the movie or look it up on the internet. You know? Watching the movie's pretty good. You know? I'm not sure if I like it better than the first one or not. But there's a third one coming out, ain't there?
I had never even heard of the John Wick thing until like I started hearing gun channels people talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen a second of the movie. Never even seen a commercial for it.
I've never seen the first or second because I don't like Keanu Reeves, so I think his acting sucks ass. So I haven't watched his movies.
Okay, all right. Then you'll have to look the answer up on Google then.
Oh no. I'm not going to enter this week. I'm going to let somebody else.
Yeah. So I like Point Break, but that was just because of Lori Petty. So, just saying.
I did like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That was one of his movies. I really consider that was on my, you got to see list kind of thing. But
The Replacements was pretty good. I mean, it was terrible acting, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was all right.
Come on, man. The Matrix movies are good for gun porn.
Well, see, in Point Break, he was with Lori Petty, which she actually was Tank Girl, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good movie, Patriot. It's a really
Lori
good
Petty.
Anyway. I saw Tank Girl in the theaters when it came out. That's money I'll never get back.
Yeah. All right.
I just bring that up because I allowed my 11-year-old daughter to watch In the Army Now with Lori Petty. Not really because of Pauly Shore or any of that nonsense, but just so that she could witness what the Army's all about.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What, there wasn't any Beetle Bailey cartoons around?
That's like making your kid watch Major Payne to find out what the Marines are like. Just saying.
Yeah, haircuts were about the same, but.
I didn't see one crayon getting eaten in that movie. So
Yeah, he wasn't a real. Yeah. And I don't know anybody that danced as a robot besides Tony.
Anyway, Tony, you're very quiet today. What's happening?
Nothing. Told you I was watching Red Dawn.
Oh, okay. All right. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Let's talk something positive. With Kentucky going to constitutional carry, is that 16 or 17 states now?
17.
16.
That should be 17.
No, yeah.
No, 16.
Oklahoma was 16.
No, Oklahoma was 15.
Well, they said it was 16.
Yeah, but they did a recount, and it's actually 16. Somebody screwed up somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody was I think it might have been Ozark Yeoman did a video earlier today and was talking about the constitutional carry and how, you know, it's a good thing to celebrate, but you also have to be careful because laws are still laws, and there's certain places you'd have to go back and watch this video because he described it pretty well. But you know, if there's certain rules and restrictions about where you can carry concealed and where you can carry open, just because you have constitutional carry, you still have to pay attention to those specific regulations. And some people think it's, you know, all the regulations go out the window and I can just carry my gun whenever, wherever. So even though it's a really cool thing to have happen, make sure you still pay attention to the regulations involved.
Yeah, and also if you happen to be driving through that state too, you know, and you want to open carry while you're there, you said make sure you follow the rules. Like, can you go into bars wearing a gun and this kind of stuff? You got to check those rules, even if that's the kind of stuff you're talking about, right, David? Hit the mute button.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's. Yeah. I said if you go back to Ozark Yeoman's channel, and he put the video out either late last night or early this morning, and he talked about it. So he'll explain it a lot better than I could. But that's basically what it is. You know, it's not open season to carry and do whatever you want wherever you want.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right there. So I'm we'll call it. I still haven't submitted my application yet for my carry permit here in Indiana, but I still have. I mean, I've got all those. I've got. I think there are 5 out of 7 of my permits. So 5 of the non-resident permits, I believe, are recognized here. So I'm still good to go. So there we go. You know, but I am going to get an Indiana one. I really am.
You better check on that too, because they may not recognize their residents having out-of-state permits and not their own.
Yeah, that could be.
Michigan doesn't do the out-of-state or non-resident permits.
Yeah, they didn't do that in West Virginia prior to constitutional carry. If you had, say, a Virginia permit, but you lived in West Virginia, that wasn't good for carrying in West Virginia.
Yeah, well, the way I read it, I am good, but you're right. I'll double check to make sure. You know, I will double check on that. But the way because I went to the government site and was reading it, and for the way I interpreted it, I can, but I will double check it. Worst comes to worst, I can always call, the state trooper barracks, whatever, and ask them. You know, so. That's what I do. But then again, I can always see. It's a here in Indiana, you can pay $125 for life for a concealed carry, and which is what I plan on doing. Or you can pay, I think it's $30 for 4 years. It's either $30 or $40 for 4 years. Well, there's a bill in the House right now, whether it passes or not. They're trying to get constitutional carry. So, I mean, do I want to pay $125 for life? Then later this year or even next year, constitutional gets passed.
Well, the main thing the way with constitutional carry and get your permit is if you plan on traveling out of state at any time, because then you have your permit for reciprocity reasons. Like, say you were to go to Ohio for some reason, you know.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I keep forgetting about that. So, yes. So, I'm all right. We'll do the paperwork on that this month and get that done. You know. So I'm debating whether to go for the life or just the 4 years. I don't know. But I will get the permit. Hey, Squibs joined us. How you doing?
Hey, did I miss everything?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
No, we just.
No, this must be what Ghost Tactical feels like.
Do what?
I said this must be what Ghost Tactical feels like. He jumps in at the very end of a lot of shows.
Well, we're still going for a while here, unless people are running out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we just finished up talking about the high point, so you missed that.
Yeah. We were talking about going up to museums to look at guns. I said, I'd like to go up to Wyoming. What you guys were talking about this morning on Caliber Corner. You know, then we talked politics. You know, about Remington, New Zealand. That's about all. I mean, that's about all we've been talking about. I've done my quizzes.
I got a little bit of a corny question if you guys wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
When you guys are shooting, do you count your rounds or do you just stop when the trigger doesn't go bang when you pull it? Do you know you're out, or do you count 1, 2, 3 as you're shooting?
I don't count, but I mean, I don't pull the triggers when the slide. I can feel this. When the slide goes back and stays locked open.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that do you in your mind? Are you counting through the rounds, or you just wait till the gun stops firing to know it's empty?
Yeah. I wait till the gun stops firing, but I'm not pulling the. But I'm still. I mean, as soon as the last one goes off, that slide slides back and stays open. So I'm not pulling the trigger, trying to shoot it. You know.
Yeah, I count them just because sometimes randomly I'll fill a magazine halfway, or I'll do them odd numbers just so that I get used to shooting, and then obviously it stops, so I gotta change mags and stuff, just as part of because if I get used to going count to seven, and just doing that automatically, that I don't know, I like to change it up so that it kind of. It's a surprise.
Yeah, I mentally count the rounds as I'm shooting, especially if I'm using one of my revolvers.
But it just gets to where it's kind of natural. It's not like you have to actually think. I'm not thinking about counting.
Yeah,
you just don't want to get shooting and go, oh well, I probably got 2 more, and you only have 1 more or something. I guess that would be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, just start counting, and you don't even realize you're doing it sometimes.
Well, maybe that's where I'm at. I mean, I don't physically go 1, 2, 3, but I seem to know when I'm at the end. So I must be subconsciously counting them. Because I know when I pull the trigger and the slide open. I mean, once I pulled that trigger, I'm pretty sure that was the last one anyway in my mind, and the trigger comes, and the slide stays open. It's sort of a bit of both. So, yeah, I don't physically go 1, 2, but subconsciously, I guess I'm counting them.
And that, I think, stems from watching movies and seeing somebody with a revolver shoot 38 times. You get kind of used to going, man, that guy, okay, now I can look away because this is making me cringe.
Yeah, my wife gets annoyed because I'm sitting there, and I'm like, nope, okay, he should be empty now. But then he keeps firing, like, nope, that's more rounds than what that revolver holds. My wife gets annoyed because I'll watch a movie and be like, nope, he's out of ammo already.
Yeah, my wife has to remind me all the time, it's just a movie. But you have to, but see that begs the eternal question. Did I fire 6 shots or only 5?
Yeah.
I think people in California could be able to count to 6.
Well, see, they got to set the gun down for that other finger, and so that really screws them up.
And see, before I never knew. I thought a revolver was a 6-shooter, was a 6-shooter, was a 6-shooter. Then I found out that they come in 5 and they come in 7, and some of them come in 15. So back in the day, I thought a revolver was 6 shots no matter what.
Yeah, I did too. I did too before I started getting into guns a few years ago.
Yeah, I got an 8-shot 357 on it.
Yeah,
I got a whole shitload of revolvers, and they're all 6-shot.
My little Taurus 85, my 38 Special is 5-shot. And that was the first revolver I ever bought. And for some reason, I mean, I didn't read the description that well, I guess, because when I went to pick it up, for some reason I thought it was 6 shots. but it's only 5.
It's really hard getting that 6, bullet in there. Though. It's hard to push it in there.
I know. I tried to, squeeze 2 of them together with a pair of pliers, see if it will fit,
You got to remember, with a revolver, you can't chamber one and have the rest of the magazine. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Hey, Alaska, how you doing? He hit I can't hear you. You hit the.
Can you hear me, Rick?
Yeah, we can now.
All right, I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Not too bad. Yeah, so you come towards the end of the show, but that's okay. I'm glad you're joining me.
My time is 4. It's 12 o'clock here. I'm assuming it's probably 4 hours different than most of y'all.
Yes, it is. Because it's 4 p.m. here.
See, you can just look at the bright side. You could just call this the new beginning of the show, because now that we have Squib in Alaska, we can start over.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I mean, I don't mind keep going. Is there any? I'm not as long as I'm not corking anybody. I don't mind keep going. I said on Saturday. That's why on Saturdays I don't say a 1-hour talk show. I just say a talk show, because it can go from 1 hour to 2 hours. If we're running out of stuff.
He's sneaky that way.
What was that?
I said you're sneaky that way. Slide that in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Make sure everybody's paying attention.
That's right.
I'll tell you.
Welcome to Rick's Life as I See It, where we talk until the host either runs out of topics or gets hungry.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And Midnight tried to start a food chat when he first got in here, but I ignored it.
He's always trying to start a food chat. Usually he succeeds.
He does, because his first question was, he was late anyway, but he goes, what the hell? Why didn't somebody let him know the show had started? And he goes, what's for lunch, Rick? And I refused to answer it. So, but
I would have jumped on sooner, but I was actually at work today. I got in 8 hours of overtime today. So that means that I can afford something more expensive than a High Point. Oh.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the High Point. I was thinking of buying one just to have one.
Hey, let me tell y'all
don't tell
some,
Rick
some ammo prices real quick, and then you'll tell me if they compare to where y'all live. So I went to my Sportsman's Warehouse yesterday after work. I put 1,000 rounds of 7.62 by 39 on layaway. The tax and everything, it came to $263. And I bought, they had on sale, on clearance sale now for the 9mm. They had American Eagle 147 grain for $9.99 a box, and Blazer brass for $8.99 a box. I bought 500 rounds of that. And that's a really good deal for where I'm at.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I'd say when it's on sale at Bass Pro Shop or Dunham's Sporting Goods over here, that 9mm runs about the same price. I don't buy 7.62 by 39 1,000 at a time. If I was going to do that, I'd probably reload. So I'm really not sure what bulk pricing is on that.
As far as the 9mm goes, I buy pretty much all my ammo that I take to the range from Walmart, and that's relatively close to the Walmart prices. And I live in Maryland.
I don't even want to talk about Walmart. I miss my Walmart so bad. Ours is one that closed up, and they closed all those Walmart stores. They used to have great deals there. Now, I bought back, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago before they closed. They was stopping selling guns. So I went in there, and they had about 7 of the Colt AR-15s, the one that came with the big Pelican case. It came with the big Pelican case, and it came with a bunch of survival shit on the inside. And out the door price for that was $700. They marked, it was regular like $1,300, but they was marking everything down, and I was able to get one of those for $700. I don't have it no more, of course, but you know.
Don't they have Walmart in Juneau, Alaska?
Not no more. It closed about 1.5 years ago.
Wow.
Really sucked.
So is that all you guys would really have for shopping up there? Is big box stores, or do you have like mom and pop type of stores?
No, we have, well, for gun stuff, we have Sportsman's Warehouse and we have a couple local shops. One on I'm gonna do a video on it. It's a log cabin. They built it about a year ago. It's a huge log cabin. They have the indoor shooting range downstairs. They have fully automatic weapons you can shoot. They have, I mean, it's a great place, but they're very sorry. They're very expensive. And then you have Fred Meyer's, which is Kroger's, of course. They just quit selling guns and ammo. No more of that after this last mass shooting. So pretty much we have two small mom and pop shops and Sportsman's Warehouse. But Sportsman's Warehouse is great. You know, they have awesome guns. Oh, you know what I saw in there yesterday? I really want is that damn SIG M17. Okay? It's the first time I ever held one, you know, and that's a nice gun for $617. I don't know if that's the going price for them, but
Yeah, it's about right. And that's the one that's basically the same thing as the military gun with the safety and everything.
yep, night sights. The bottom was flat darker. The top was, I guess, like a bronze color. It has the optic ready spot on it. Really nice. I'm really thinking about picking that up or putting it on layaway.
Isn't there? I don't think it's in Juneau. It must be in Anchorage. I think. Wasn't there a gun store there that had a TV show once upon a time up there in Alaska?
Yeah, that's in Anchorage and Wasilla and or Fairbanks, somewhere like that. I live in the capital, but it's a very small city. It's only 35,000 people.
Yeah, and you can't get to it by road, can you?
No, and if you're in the only place I can get to by road, I can get to Canada, but I have to take the ferry to Skagway, Alaska, and then drive to the Yukon and get into Canada. Whitehorse, you know. But by road, I can get nowhere. Got to go barge, boat, or plane.
Without getting too personal, and I don't mean it to be a insulting question. I'm just curious. Why do you live there? Like, were you born there? Do you have family there? Or is it work or like?
Well, it's not a personal question. For one, I make $20 an hour, and I work I work in a laundry facility in a nursing home. But the reason I'm here is because my mom's husband was from here. And back in 2001, she moved up here. And, well, it gets into personal, but I'll go ahead and tell you. My ex-wife at the time, me and her was having problems. And I'm fooled around on her. She moved up here with my mom without me knowing. She called me and said, if you want to stay married, you got to come up to Alaska. I'm in Kentucky now. I'm like, I'm never moving to Alaska. About 6 months later, I end up coming up here. But we ain't together no more, so.
Well,
but, you know, I've been here since 2001 or 2003. I've been here, and I'll never move. I love it.
Yeah. You have your kids, too, don't you?
Yeah, both. I didn't have none when I moved up here, but yeah, both my kids, their mom is from here, and this is all they know, and this is a safe place to raise them. I mean, there's a lot of drugs now, a lot of opiate abuse, but it's a safe place, and there's no way I'd move back to lower 48s unless it's somewhere to like Montana or Wyoming or one of the Dakotas, maybe.
Now, is where you live at one of the places that gets a certain amount of daylight and a certain amount of dark, or are you on basically like a regular sun-up, sundown schedule?
Regular sun-up, sundown. That's in like Barrow, Alaska, or the North Pole. They have like 23 hours of sunlight, I think it is. Some crap like that.
Is it Juneau that doesn't get very little snow? You don't get a lot of snow there, do you?
Yeah, Juneau's a rainforest. We get rain. We get tons of rain. We have very little snow here. And it's not that cold. People think of Alaska, they think it's like always winter. It's not like that at all. It's rain. We get rain. Tons of rain. I mean, it does snow, but it's nothing like.
Did we lose him?
No, I could hear him just fine.
Yeah.
It's we don't get snow like Anchorage and Fairbanks and some of the smaller parts of Alaska. I'll tell you an interesting fact though about Alaska. Some of the smaller native villages that you have to get to by boat, where there's only like 1,000 or 2,000 people live there, and it's mostly all native people. Alcohol is still illegal. Can't bring in booze. Can't drink. I don't know why.
What I learned about Alaska, I learned from watching Alaska State Troopers. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, Juneau, you're right there on the coast, right? Yeah.
You should be used to dry counties living in Kentucky.
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, though. Ain't nothing dry about Louisville.
I guess not.
You're just down the road from where I'm at, here in Indiana.
I got plenty of family living in Indiana, Rick. I have family lives in Marengo and Georgetown, Jeffersonville, New Albany. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Indiana. I used to go to Riverboat all the time. The Caesars over there. I lived there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I can get to Louisville. What? Maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes, if that. Maybe it might be even closer than that where I'm at.
Louisville's one big, huge ghetto now. I would never move back there.
I drove through it getting here. I didn't think much of it. Just driving through it looked kind of ghetto.
It's horrible. It's like any other big city. Nothing but crime and drugs. And,
Louisville's growing by leaps and bounds. A lot of manufacturing's moving in there. It's forming outer layers, outer rings like Atlanta and Phoenix. It's really booming. So, I mean, I don't like going through there. The traffic is awful now because it's gotten so big. But a lot of companies are putting factories down there. So it's just growing.
It's all Louisville sluggers' fault. They show people that stuff can be made there.
I got an uncle that moved up to Anchorage back in the mid 80s. I mean, he's been up there. He comes back randomly, but he'll never move. I mean, he did stints on the salmon boats and some on the oil rigs, and he worked on the train, some train that went from Anchorage to way up there. But, he's got pictures of the eagles and all that stuff flying next to the trains. And
I think once you move to Alaska and live here for more than 3 or 4 years and get used to it, you'll never want to move back to where you're from. I mean, if you're only here for a year, you're never going to fully, grasp how great the state is. And if you're going to move up here just to get paid every year, people have so many misconceptions about that. It's called the permanent fund dividend. You have to be here 2 years for one before you even get any money. And you can't be a felon or anything like that. And you can't leave for more than a month out of the entire year. And it's not that much. It's only like $1,000. My rent's more than $1,000 a month. I mean, come on. It's not. I mean, it's very expensive here, but you get paid a lot more. It's just worth it. Right now, I'm outside of my house smoking. I'm surrounded by mountains. There's eagles, and it's great. It's cold right now, but it's great. I'm not walking outside, humid, 90-degree weather, and seeing a bunch of kids with their pants hanging off their ass, listening to loud rap music, no crap like that.
Leave Squib alone.
You were talking about living there for cheap. Is that like some type of oil money or pipeline money or something that Alaskan residents get paid?
Yeah, that's from the oil pipeline. And it's not guaranteed. It can run out at any moment. That's what people don't understand, I wish, a couple of years back, they voted on to have, to keep it going or have one lump payout sum like 25, 30 grand per resident. I, of course, want the lump sum because I know it's not guaranteed, but you have the older natives who wanted to be around for their great grandkids and crap like that. But it's not guaranteed money. It's not guaranteed to always be available. So,
yeah. I mean, really, that wouldn't be. If I was going to move to Alaska, it wouldn't be for that yearly $1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the biggest one ever was $3,000, and that's when Sarah Palin was governor. She gave everybody a $1,500 bonus on top of the regular $1,500 that it was. I mean, I really like Sarah Palin. A lot of people don't like her. They don't know why they don't like her. They just don't like her. When she said she could see Alaska from her doorstep, she wasn't being literal. I hope people don't take it that way, because there is parts of Alaska where you can walk out your door and you can see Russia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not where I'm from. where I'm at, but you can still see it.
Yeah, Bering Strait's what, like 50 miles across? I mean, there's definitely parts of Alaska where you can see Russia.
Well,
Absolutely.
they made
people
Sarah
took her the
Palin
wrong
so
way.
everybody hates Sarah Palin so much because they were told to hate Sarah Palin so much.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I think Palin would have been a fine vice president as her running mate. McCain was a horrible pick, and you know, I think honestly, he was a horrible person. You know, it just came out. Did y'all see? It just came out about him by one of his staffers pushed that damn dossier. You know, to the FBI. I mean, I don't want to get into politics, but come on, you know.
Oh
He
yeah.
was one of the leading anti-Trumpers in the Republican Party, so it's not surprising.
The only reason John McCain's numbers went up when he was running for president is when he added Sarah Palin to the ticket.
Oh yeah, that was a bump. He got a big bump from that.
Hey, Alaska, can you see where I'm at?
Yeah, I can't make out the store, but I can see it.
It's a Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Let's go to Wally World.
I can walk right across the street. Our Walmart's still here, but it's just a big vacant building. They don't even know what to do with it.
Turn it back into Walmart. Problem solved.
I know, right? There was a Kmart here.
Yeah.
They're saving it for a FEMA camp.
Yeah, because they're more likely to have a bunch of Venezuelans coming up there. Yeah.
And I think I've got 7 Walmarts within a half hour of me.
I got 2 within a half hour, I think. One's a 10-minute walk. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
I normally don't go to Walmart in the middle of the day. I'm normally here like 11 o'clock at night when I get off of work. And
we're starting to lose
Walmart's crowded. Walmart's always.
You're getting the Walmart robot there, Squid.
Oh, well, I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Yeah. So anyway, we've been going an hour and a half, and as Squib said, we have run out of stuff to talk about, or I'm getting hungry. Well, I think I think both of them are happening. I've run out of things to talk about, and I'm getting hungry.
Are the cats circling?
No, the cats don't. Well, they will be soon. One of them sitting right here next to me.
We can just combine the two and talk about you being hungry.
Oh yeah. Well, and if Midnight's interested, I'm just cooking myself a couple of hamburgers. That's all I'm having. I got lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise on the, and my bun is 2 slices of bread, by the way. I don't waste my money on buying buns unless I'm having a barbecue and got people coming over.
And there's the countdown until Midnight puts something in the chat about your buns.
Oh yeah.
Do you fry or toast the bread or anything?
No cheese. No cheese on my burger.
Yeah. Do you fry or toast the bread?
Well, for my burger?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I don't do either. I normally just have it as it is, but toasting it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, if I'm using regular bread, I'll toast it. That way the juices from the burger don't seep through the bread, and then you end up with that soggy, mushy bread.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Thank you.
You could fry it too, like you would with the grilled cheese, and then put the burger on.
Midnight says, "No cheese, you call me son of a bitch."
Well, I'm making a $17 corned beef right now.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, it's what's called it tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I heard you, Squib.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. So I'm at Walmart in Commerce Township, Michigan, and I'm looking at Winchester White Box, 115 grain, and it's $9.77 for a box of 50. And let's see here. What else do we got? Give me something that you'd want to price to compare to the lower 48.
American Eagle.
Yeah, he was talking about American Eagle.
American Eagle, what?
147 grains.
147.
All right, 115, 115, these are all 115, but it does say they're brass, so 997 for 115 on the Federals. I don't see the American Eagle and 9mm.
Our normal price for a 9mm I mentioned is $13.99 a box. So the $9.99 and $8.99 was a clearance there they was having.
So your sale price would be our regular price here in Michigan.
Well, 147, depending on the store, can run a little bit higher than 115s. I've seen that.
Yeah, let's see. How many rounds of 200 round value pack of 5.56 for $58?
Look up the box right next to it, the 62 grain.
The 62 grain American Eagle, $60 for 150 rounds.
Right now, our sportsmen have those buckets of 22, the green buckets, on sale for like $78 or $88.
Okay, well, then that's only $3 more than what it is here. Here's the bucket of bullets. The 22.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like 1,400 rounds or something.
Those prices are exactly the same as the Walmart near me too.
Yeah, it's about the same price around here too. Give or take a percent.
So I figured since I was in this store, I'd try to give you like a real-time example since you were asking.
Yeah, but all the prices I mentioned are clearance prices too. The normal 22 is like $100 for a bucket.
Yeah, I got this a little while ago, maybe less than a week ago, I think it was, up at Dunham Sporting Goods up in Lavelle, Maryland. They had it marked down to $18 for a box. It's 525 rounds of Federal, 22, 36 grain, all at points. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to go there.
Let's call it tomorrow. I was talking to Tony before we went live. I was talking to another one of my cousins yesterday, and he was talking about going to the turkey shoot down at the Snellville Conservation Club, and he wanted to know if I was interested. I said, if you go, I said, call me, I'll go with you. You know, he said, you got a shotgun? I said, yeah. I said, all I got is a Maverick 18.5-inch shotgun. He said, that'll work.
That'll work. Just get yourself some turkey loads.
Oh, they supply those.
They supply the ammo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can't beat that.
Yeah. And he said, I mean, if you go for the main contest, he said it's a side of beef. It's the first prize. You know? So, but he said they will do hams, turkeys. It's all up for grabs. You know, they do shoots for all that. So I said, hey, if you go, I'll give it a try. You know? That'll be interesting if I go. I'll let you guys know if he actually goes. So, because I've never been to anything like that. I thought it'd be kind of cool, you know. Plus, the kitchen is open all day. It said for a full kitchen. It's got going on. I think it opens at 10:30 tomorrow morning. They start shooting at 11:30, and the contest for the whole beef starts at 3, but everything else is before that. So we're going to give it a go. Anyway, I'm going to start winding this up. So we'll go with the shout outs and any plugs, and we'll start with Tony if he's finished watching Red Dawn yet.
I got no shout outs or nothing.
Just Red Dawn still running?
Yeah. Yeah, it restarted sometime about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, it's on a loop, huh? All right. What about you, Squib? Out there in Walmart. Any plugs or anything? Or have we lost him in Walmart?
I'm lost down the liquor aisle. What?
I said any shout-outs or plugs?
I'll release some videos during the week. It's nothing special. And I'll be trying fan shows, including yours on Wednesday. So I guess you got me around the interwebs one way or the other. Thanks for sending the invite. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me come on late.
All right, no problem. Hey, Rich, any shout-outs, plugs?
Yeah, let's see. Tonight, if Snob's up to it, he should have his show. That'll be at 9 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, on Unloaded Media Channel. We'll have my show on this week Unloaded, so check that out. And after that, we'll have the closer, and sometime during my show, I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern. They'll get over on Gun Gal's channel. They'll have their show as well.
Okay. All right, Patriot.
Well, thanks for having me again there, pal. Hope everyone has a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Be safe and watch out for that green beer. Although St. Patrick's original color was blue, but obviously changing a river to blue in Chicago was, far-fetched. So they stuck with green. But yeah, check out the hashtag Defend Liberty Project. And congratulations to Travis T for winning the EDC challenge. And I'll be around. You'll see me, I'm sure. You'll see me before I see you. How about that?
Okay. Kingpin.
Always a pleasure, Rick. Thanks for having me. And make sure everybody likes, shares, and subscribes to Rick's Life as I See It. And tune back in Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters, for Shooting with Disabilities.
Okay. Alaskan. Any shout outs or plugs you want to do about your channel or anything? Have we lost him? We might have lost him. If he comes in, we'll let him do his thing. But
I think an eagle got him.
Yeah, maybe the eagle got him. Yeah.
I just want to know what song the Eagles were playing.
Oh, but I want to talk about that, when we go Eastern time, is my doctor is 9 miles away from me, and they're in Central time. So the line is here very close to me. And anyway, I made doctor said, okay, I'll see you in 3 months. I said, okay. So I go to the window there, make the appointment. And she goes, there you go, 8:45 a.m., slow time. I said, slow time? She goes, yeah. She goes, you live in fast time. So that's how they talk down here. So it took me a while to figure that one out, And I said, oh, you mean Central time? I said, yeah. Okay. So,
is that at Ridgemont High?
Sounds like it. I mean, this is it's kind of weird. It's taken me a while. I mean, another thing they say to us too is they say up here, see you directly. Doesn't mean they're coming right now. It means they'll see you later on. It's a separate language they talk down here. I got to get used to. Just hillbilly stuff, So, it's different. Anyway, I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. I enjoy you all coming, and don't forget, in the future, or you want to catch something we talked about, the audio file is on Podbean, iTunes, or Stitcher within 24 hours of this show ending. Also, as somebody's already said, if you like, hit do the thumbs up and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Hey, talking about that, subscribes. I hit 200 last week, and I done the drawing. I'm still at 200. I tell you, my channel it's a slow grower, but I have a faithful following, which I am truly thankful for. I really do appreciate it.
I can put in a good word for you with Forklift Guy.
You could, yes.
Yeah, that guy's a legend. I mean, you get him on your channel, and your subs will just skyrocket.
Oh, what? Forklift Guy? Yeah.
Forklift Guy's a legend.
Yeah, he is. He is. But anyway, I didn't start this to be rich and famous. I just started it for a bunch of fun at the beginning. But now I do enjoy doing it. So I will let you all go. And I will see everybody. Oh, if you guys got any questions for this show or Wednesday's show, email them to me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com, and I can use them in the chat, and I'll give you credit for them too. So, all right. I want to say thank you very much, and I will see you all on Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Never fear the dark.